Hey everyone, TimaeuSS here, and welcome to another AFK journey video. So we're in the Stargaze station. You can see here, I've switched my target to Pharesto, the newer character coming out for AFK journey. Now, let's take a look in this video at how good he is, and whether or not we should be pulling for him, especially if you don't have a lot of resources as a free-to-play. So right off the bat, this is the Pride One site. Make sure you check their updated tier list, but they're saying that Pharesto is the best stall tank in the game and allows you to push high deficit. So no wonder he is in the S plus tier list for tanking in the high deficit category. Now, compared to other celestial or hypo characters, he isn't as versatile when it comes to other content, so free to play should look at other options. Now, all of these characters that are light and dark, as I like to call it, Dynel, Scarletta, Pharesto, and of course the well-known Rhynia, are very strong, but they're very difficult to get, and of course they do really well after they get their exclusive equipment. So that is Mythic plus level, but it's very difficult. Your only source is either from the Stargaze station here, or you can obtain from the guild, right? The guild also has some extra copies that I can purchase, but it's a very slow resource. Now, whether or not you pull for this character, I think depends on your progress. If you don't have any light and darkness characters, for example, no Rhynia or whatnot, then I don't think you should be going for him. With regards to how good he is, being the best stock tank in the game, he still also requires some dupes. Okay, he still also requires some dupes, and it does allow you to push a lot of the content and also buffing two of your characters, but you can see that they have said you need Mythic Plus or even Supreme Plus. Okay, so it's very difficult to use him properly if you don't have multiple copies of him. He's not really a one copy wonder. Now, let's just go over his skills so we can understand what he does essentially. Will not be here. Let's go to the Mythic House, and we'll just take a look in the Stargaze station. And there we go. Yeah, so let's take a look at his skills and why he's able to tank like a beast. Now, the ultimate is essentially a passive that has two components. The passive component is that you sacrifice 12% of your max HP, and you summon an illusion. This illusion inherits 100% of the stats and cast all the skills. So this is really cool because you just essentially have another copy of Pharesto with you. That's why having dupes is really insane. And of course, the higher the upgrade, the stronger Pharesto will be. And the active is that it deals 200% attack damage plus 20% of the scaling intellect to enemies within two tiles, and then recovers damage as well. So this is really good. He is able to basically quote unquote heal himself using this skill. Now, the Crimson Contract, his first, skill is that the Illusion and himself will sign a permanent contract with a different ally. So you get to, this is how you get to buff two different allies, and reducing this recipient's HP by 6%, but also increases the recipient's energy recovery by 14%. So you can use your ultimate faster, and the active part also increases the recipient's damage reduction by 40%. So this is really good. And then the active part is that you launch 3 strikes against an enemy in front. So this is damage. So you can see that you get a passive as well as an active, which is absolutely insane. And the other skill, the second skill, is that you sting an enemy. You saw that the scorpion skin, there we go, this thing coming out, will deal 50% damage and then inflict them with paralyzing momentum for 6 seconds. And the enemies will have their haste reduced by 30 and vitality reduced by 45, and they also get a poison stack, which makes them lose 2% of their HP along with the scaling part, okay, based on the intellect. So this heals Pharesto as well. And this is really good against bosses, so this is definitely a fantastic damage coming out. Now, the other passive is that the increase in physical as well as his magical defense to both himself and illusions, and you also gain energy every time you lose 10% of max HP, so you can use your ultimate faster. And the upgrade, this is the Mythic Plus upgrade. So this is the exclusive weapon, if I recall correctly. So this taunts the enemy who deals the most damage if his illusion is defeated before he is. So if your illusion dies before, then Pharesto will taunt, and this deals a massive damage and also stunning the enemy. Now at level 4, this is crazy. You summon a new illusion in front of yourself when the previous illusion is defeated, and only inherits 60% of max creatures one per battle. This is basically an extra free illusion, which is bonkers. And of course, the supreme +1 is that your Pharesto and the illusions will be positioned in the same row and each receiving a shield. This shield is game breaking. That's why it's super strong if you can get, you know, Supreme Plus, because this shield is super strong when you place Pharesto and illusion in the same row, allowing you to get this massive shield. Now the seasonal skill is that it will be able to taunt within 2 radius after each ultimate cast. So you can see that all of his kit, he's got, you know, debuffs, he's got buffs for his teammates, he's got an illusion that basically essentially makes him 2 copies, and everything just makes him a very competent tank that is able to buff, debuff, as well as deal alright amounts of damage. So very utility heavy while being able to support your back lines. And you can see why, even with the stuns and whatnot, the explosions, he'll be very good in PvP as well. So personally for me, again, looking at the Pride win rating, for him, S+ tier post EX, right? So if you don't have the resources to pull him all the way, just don't, okay? And then PvP, he's decent as well. But for me personally, again, I will probably, well, I've got temples here. I'm gonna try my luck and do temples. And the reason why I'm doing that is if you look at your shop, your guild shop, where's the Emporium? There we go. You can buy the sigils. So this is the dupe copies, right? You can buy sigils. I've been working on Rainier, and then I'm gonna work towards Scarletta after. So you can buy all of these sigils, but you need a base copy of the character in order to use those sigils. So at least you want 1 copy, and that's what I'm gonna do today. So hopefully at the end of this video, which is now, you would have made your decision on whether or not you want to pull for Pharesto. His skills are quite decent, but again, a very dupe heavy character. I'll be pulling for 1 copy, so later on, if I stock up on the guild coins and I want to exchange him right away into potentially a Mythic Plus copy, I can. So we'll just throw in temples, we'll just throw in 10 Stargaze orbs and then see what we get. Maybe we'll get lucky, okay? And I hope that if you are pulling, you get very lucky as well. Or you know what, we could just a load of gems or nothing at all. Oh my god. All right, fine. If this is how it's gonna be, so be it. Anyhow, let me know your thoughts. And yeah, I think honestly he's a really good character, but you definitely need way too many copies to make him shine, okay? A single copy, I would say, is not the best way to spend your Stargaze tickets. But unless you're near pity and you want a copy because you want to build him with your guild currencies, then grab one. Anyhow, let me know your thoughts on this character, and it's TimaeuSS here, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye now.